Good afternoon, students. Welcome to Exam Booties YouTube platform. I am Suchit Sharma and I welcome you to our Exam Booties studio where we are giving you a lot of different kinds of videos, classes that can change your entire thinking scenario. And in this series, this is the class of SSC CGL of English in English. So students, in this series and in this session, particular session, we will carry on the previous concept where we left yesterday. I will continue from that point. We were discussing yesterday that there are different kinds of sounds in English, especially when we pronounce a word like PUT put and BUT boot, the controversy between the pronunciation, and you have been aware of this controversy, why BUT boot and not and PUT put not put, PUT put not boot. This controversy has been with you since childhood, and I believe you haven't got the correct answer of that, and it's because you have not reached at the point where you can understand the actual concept behind this. Actually, behind this, phonetics works. Phonetics is a branch of science in which we study the sounds of a language, how sounds works, how sound is produced, and how sounds are omitted in some words or the other. So in this class we are going to discuss this: how many sounds are there in English languages, and why there are silent letters, and how sound changes. So let's begin this class. Welcome everybody. If you are awake, not sleeping, because it's afternoon and most of the students just fall asleep at this time. So anyway, just keep on watching if where you are, and if not, then when you have your chance, just keep watching. So we were discussing yesterday about PUT put and BUT but, how the sound changes. Now in this case, we discussed yesterday DO do and GO go. Why DO do? Then why not go? If go, why not do? There is also the same concept that is working here. The same concept works here too. But what is the concept behind that? Let us discuss some more words like structure and station. Now here the sound of T here, the sound of T here, and the sound of T here, there are three different sounds you will get of T. Structure ta, structure cha, and here station sha. There are three different sounds you get in this word and in this word. It means in these two words you get three different sounds of the same letter T. So this is not only in the case of put and but, where you have you in both the letters, use, both use have different sounds. It means this U has a different sound and this U has a different sound. Similarly here O, here O has a different sound and here O has a completely different sound. It means what we can conclude here? We can conclude that in English, one letter does not necessarily always give same sound or a fixed sound. It means sound varies. there may be the same letter can have 2 or 3 different sounds. If you just stick to one sound and you just keep in your mind that one letter, one sound, one letter, one sound, then you are going to get confused in these words like you have been. That's why you have no idea. That's why you have no explanation, because in your mind you have just kept one idea that one letter represents only one sound. No, this is not the concept. This is not the basic thing. Here you misses and here you misses, and the confusion arises. This is the problem, my dear student, that in English language one letter may have one or more than one sound. It means there are 26 letters in English alphabet. You know that. And we have already discussed about that. We have discussed these things. So, there are 26 letters. It means when one letter does not necessarily have a particular sound, it may have different sounds, more than one sound. It means 26 letters have more than 26 sounds in English language. It means there are 26 letters but not 26 sounds, because one letter produces more than one sound. If one letter produces one sound, then you may say that there are 26 letters. So, because each letter signifies one sound, so there are 26 sounds. But it is not in the condition we have seen. A single letter can have different kinds of sounds, more than one sound. So, in English, there are 26 letters, but sounds are more than 26. This is the problem. And this is the beauty of English, my dear student. This is the beauty of English. Now you understand why PUT put and why BUT but. Because you think that this U and this U both U's have same sound. No, this is the mistake. Both U have different sounds, because U can have different kinds of sounds. T can have different kinds of sounds. C can have different kinds of sounds, more than one sound, my dear students. This is the thing. It means when this happens, do, do, go, and like these types of words, then what is the explanation? The explanation is that one letter may have more than one sound. So you cannot stick to just one sound. If you stick to just one sound, you will face the similar kind of problem all the time in your life, and you are going to get confused in your entire life, and you will also confuse other as well. So be clear, be precise. One letter can have more than one sound. Then how many sounds can be possible in English language? So there are 26 letters, but there are 44 sounds. It means letters are 26, but 26 letters can have maximum 44 sounds. Yes, we are going to get at that point now. It means let us discuss this. Now we know alphabet, there are 26 letters. these 26 letters produces 44 sounds. Remember that. 26 letters are there. Not good evening, this is good afternoon. So good afternoon, good afternoon. Maybe you are from America or some other part of the country where I may have got just confused that it is evening or afternoon. So if you are some other part of the country or some out of this country, maybe some belonging to different countries, I have no idea. If you are, then it is my fortune that I have a viewer from the outside the country as well. So if it is, then good evening. Otherwise, if you are in India, then it is good afternoon at this particular time. Good afternoon to everybody. So there are 26 letters, and these 26 letters produces 44 sounds in English. Correct? Now, we know that these 44 sounds now are called phonemes. These are known as phonemes because sounds, there are different kinds of sound. Like if I knock, there is sound, but this sound is not calculated in English language, because in English language, when we say sound, we just, it is understood actually that we are making a clear mark that I am speaking about the language, the sounds produced in language, the vocal sound. So in language, 26 letters produces 44 sounds, and these 44 sounds are known as phonemes. So you may say that there are 44 phonemes. But phoneme is a difficult word, a technical term. So phoneme is a sound. In simple language, you may say that phoneme is a sound. So you may say 44 sounds or 44 phonemes. 44 phonemes. Now, we know that in 26 letters, 5 letters are vowel letters. And 21 letters, the rest 21 letters are consonant letters. So all 26 letters produce 44 different sounds known as phonemes, 44 phonemes. So how many sounds are there produced by 5 vowel letters? A, E, I, O and U. These are 5 letters. And how many sounds are produced by them? So my dear students, these 5 vowel letters produces 20 vowel sounds, 20 vowel sounds. Or you can say 20 vowel phonemes. Now you can understand very clearly that the rest are 24. So these 21 consonant letter produces 24 consonant sound or 24 consonant phonemes. So when we say how many letters, if I were a chairman of SSC, I would set the question from your class. Thank you for that, but it is not going to happen because there is educate in your way that is going to just stop you. Don't do all these nonsense things, just keep me doing what I am doing, and nothing is going to happen, because being a chairman of anywhere, like of a commission like SSC, the SSC is not conducting the exam, actually giving the tender to someone, some other companies that are conducting the examination. SSC is not conducting it itself. That's why all this drama being held in the past, and it continues as long as the educatee is doing the job, and doing the job very poorly, I may say. So come to the point. There are 44 sounds, and these sounds are known as phonemes. There are 26 letters but 44 sounds. Okay, when you say vowel letters, then 5 letters. When you say vowel sound, then there are 20. Vowel sounds are 20, vowel letters are 5. Consonant letters are 21, and consonant phonemes, consonant sounds are 24. I think now you have a very clear picture that one letter may have more than one sound. That's why you cannot stick to just one sound. That's why there are different kinds of pronunciation in different words. There are different pronunciation, different sounds of a same letter in different words. That is the problem of English, and that is also the beauty of English language. And this is the speciality. And if you enjoy it, you will love it. If you take as an obstacle, you will always feel troubled. So this is beauty, just enjoy it. So this is the problem behind this, and that's why English has so many different kinds of pronunciation. So now you have a clear idea why the sound changes. So this is the reason behind that. Now there is another problem. If you have seen the thumbnail today, there are another thing, silent letters in words. Why there are silent letters in words? Why there are some sounds not spelled out, and why there are the letters are there not sounds, and sounds are there not letters? Why all this happens? We are going to discuss about that as well. So this is our next thing, silent letters and rules. We will discuss it. Hope you have just taken a screenshot of that or copy it. If you are making a notes, wherever you are, if you are watching it or not watching it, in future you may have any link from anywhere. You will find the video, then you can make your notes. Because I know it is very difficult to understand English in English, but this is the series, the name, because I have already made a commitment that you will get this class of English in English. So it will continue in English, whether there are viewers and there are no viewers, no matter, the class will continue in the same passion. So silent letters in words. Why there are silent letters in words in English? This has been a very disturbing question and a very disturbing problem for students since childhood. They are not able to understand how to pronounce a certain word. They just scratch their head all the time. What is happening here? What type of English we are studying? What type of words are there? They are not able to understand. Even I was not able to understand at some point of time, because I also used to believe in the same way that students might have the same opinion I used to have at that time when I was a kid. But that opinion changes with the time as I studied. Now I can tell you that English is the most scientific language in terms of words or etymology. It is the most scientific language. Yes, you may say that Sanskrit, there is Sanskrit, but after Sanskrit, you can name English. English is also very scientific, but if you study, only then you are going to realize the fact. Otherwise, you may only see at exceptions, but you will not understand the logic behind those exceptions. First of all, English is like a museum of language. It is a museum of language because in a museum, when you go there, when you enter the museum, you will find different things of ancient times that are not going to exist at present, but they had been. The museum tells you that these things these things do not exist at this time, but they had their existence a long time ago. So silent letters. Why English has silent letters? Because English has borrowed. There are so many points. The first point is that English has borrowed different kinds of words from different origins. Like Greek. More than 50% words in English are from Greek root. Approximately 30% are from Latin root. Approximately 10% are French root, and in 10% approx there are words from all the other languages in the entire world, from Hindi, Italian, German, so many words from so many countries English has borrowed. And when you borrowed so many words from different origin, it means there will be speciality in languages that will come along with that word. So, silent letters. The first thing that these words like night, like this night, this is the night, K-N-I-G-S-T, night. You have seen this written on good night. The mosquito killer, yes. The mosquito repellent, yes. Night, K-N-I-G-S-T. Actually, this means warrior. This night means warrior. But night Why night? Where is the sound of K? When these words, hundreds of thousands of years ago, actually this letter was pronounced at that time, knight. It was pronounced like knight. But as the time passes by, the sound of K disappears. But the spelling remains the same. Sound disappear because the spoken format always jump to become easier in format. But in written format, the things remains intact. Like there are so many spellings we write today, the spelling looks peculiar, that's just confusing because they are intact. But their sound changes. Sound changes as the time passes. Why? To make language easier. And this happens in every language. In every language it will happen. Language becomes easier from difficult to easy mode. This is the tendency of a language. And it starts from spoken format. So, hundreds of years ago, here the sound of K was pronounced by people. But as the time passes, the sound got disappeared and the letter remained there. That's why. Then what do you confer from this concept? You can conclude that the silent letters are there because it intact the history of the word. It intact the origin of the word. It tells the history. And it also tells the difference, my dear, like in sign G is silent, but in signal G is not silent. The same root, the same word, but in different formation. In some letter, in some words, we just pronounce G, and in this case G is pronounced, and in this G is not pronounced. So history, origin, and the relationship of words, all these things are defined by this, and they keep intact the history. That's why silent letters are there in English language. This is the class of today. This is all about that. We will discuss it in next class. Hope you will like it. You should like it. We will meet tomorrow at the same time. Till then, goodbye and take care. Thank you.